Hello, my name is Catherine, and this was me 4 years ago. I was well over 300 pounds, and the sad fact is I have been morbidly obese most of my life. As a lifelong compulsive overeater, I have finally flipped the switch on my deeply embedded habit of compulsive overeating. Within the last 2.5 years, I've lost half my size and around 140 pounds. I'm starting this YouTube channel because people have been seeking my advice on exactly what my secret is and how did I lose all that weight. I'm sharing with you my journey with emotional compulsive overeating so you too can break free of this insidious habit. Today, I'm going to share with you the number one reason why diets always ended up failing with me. I'm also going to share with you the 5 first initial steps that I took to change my mindset. If you find these lessons beneficial to you in any way and you'd like to see more of them, please like, subscribe, or link in with my email. My history of overeating. In a few weeks, I'm going to be 60. And the sad fact is that I've been an emotional overeater my entire life. I have the distinct memory of when I was 9 years old of sneaking into a cabinet, taking a box of chocolate treats, running to the backyard, hiding, and consuming the entire box. I still remember that initial sugar high and then the resulting self-loathing and guilt after I'd eaten it. From the onset, I was a closet overeater, and my relationship with food has always been complicated and dysfunctional. It's a lot like an abusive relationship. My most cherished memories of childhood were when food represented love. On the rare occasions that my family ate together at the table were special occasions like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, family reunions at my mother's family farm. Food also deadened the pain of my childhood and my adulthood. Food became sinful. Food was my rebellion. The resulting fat was my punishment. It led to bullying through my childhood and throughout my life. During this time, I developed magical thinking, where if only I could lose the fat, I would be successful. The perfect relationship would fall in my lap. I would have that happy ever after. But then I would be consumed with the compulsion to overeat. I would lose 20, 40, 60 pounds over and over again, only to gain that amount of weight and even more, getting fatter and fatter each year. I was the type to go to a drive-in and order for 3 because I was so embarrassed at the amount of food that I was eating. The food that I would choose was high in fat, high in sugar, and easily digested, so that I could have that numbing sugar rush. It was so out of control that I would eat so much, I often became physically sick. So what changed? Over 2 years ago, we had a family reunion for Christmas, and I love my family. But I was also embarrassed because I was morbidly obese. I always felt like I was like a bull in a china shop. I was afraid of knocking into things or running into things because I was so big. I was feeling so ill. I was depressed, fatigued, and in physical pain. My mobility was shot. I had trouble walking, standing from sitting, rolling over bed, even taking care of hygiene issues in the bathroom. I had trouble getting in and out of my car. My life was not worth living. I put on a happy face. I would joke about myself before anybody else would. I constantly hid my pain, as well as my depression and my overeating. On New Year's Eve, following Christmas, I got on the scale, and I'll never forget what it read. The scale said, naked, said 326.8 pounds. I was devastated. And at that moment, I turned and I looked into the mirror and I asked myself, do you want to live? And my answer was yes. At that moment, a diet commercial came on, and I knew that at that weight I would have to find a diet that was nutritious, balanced, and sustainable. So I ordered it, and I vowed right then and there that I would never binge on the diet food. To date, I have lost, again, 140 pounds, but more importantly, I've regained my health, mobility, stamina, my thinking is clearer, my depression has eased and is not as long or as intense. I am now within 10 pounds of goal of being a normal weight, and I've gone from a size 26, 28 to a 12. This has become a lifestyle change. It is said that it takes a little over 2.5 months to make a behavior a habit. Now my lifestyle has become a habit. First of all, I realized that I had a chronic condition and I'll always have to monitor it. I'm like an alcoholic who has to work in a bar as a bartender and serve drinks all day and yet take 6 small glasses of liquor a day. My second thing I knew that I needed to do was I needed to stop thinking of food as sin. I needed to get rid of the guilt. And 3, and this is very important, I needed to get rid of all or nothing thinking. And this brings me to the number one reason why diets fail, or they failed me. Whenever I lost a significant amount of weight, it would never, ever be in a straight line. There are always plateaus and even some small gains, and it would fluctuate. I remember distinctly one time a weight loss counselor, it was a liquid protein diet, and a weight loss counselor asked me when I had gained weight, "What did you do?" And I felt guilty even though I had stayed on the diet. I thought there was something defective about my body, or defective of the way I did things. I thought of it as a failure. So, since it failed, I might as well pick out. So my entire life, my relationship with food consisted of these feast and famine scenarios that made me fatter until I had eventually given up dieting. I'm going to tell you the 5 things I did to change my mindset. Number 1, concentrate on what, how, and why you are eating. This is to rewire your mindset into a permanent habit. Choose a diet where you know it meets your needs and sustains your body and your mind. 2, if you slip up, simply get back to it immediately. Falling off the wagon does not break a diet, but staying off because of that does. Goal 3, don't feed your pain. It only makes it worse. Believe me, stress, depression, anxiety, and loneliness can trigger a binge. Ask yourself why you are eating instead of what. If you feel a binge coming on, journal. Find something distracting that you like to do. Read a book, go out for a walk, do something you love that is not food related until the urge passes. Goal 4. Don't view food or consuming something as sinful. That was my biggest trigger, was guilt. I would eat a fabulous dessert, feel guilty about doing it. I would eat faster and more of it to deaden that feeling. And soon I was in this insidious cycle. Goal 5. Learn from your setbacks. They're going to happen. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the leaner and more effective it becomes. Now, how it benefited me, I realized that my body is an amazing machine. It can come back from all the abuse that I put it through. And it's made it life worth living. I've regained my mobility. I am relatively free from pain. And my number 1 wish for you is that you can start by being the best today. You can't do anything about the past. The future hasn't come yet. You need to start living now. Again, if you found this beneficial in any way, please like, subscribe, and link into my email. And I just wanted to say that this, being free of emotional eating, is for life. Bye.